Hello everyone, today I'm catching up with the August Artsnacks box, and with all these supplies I will be making the portrait of the August I Draw You giveaway. So I have to start with the Daler-Rowney Aquafine Watercolors. I've got two pans. One is the ultramarine blue light and ultramarine blue dark. Then I have the same thing, except it's a cadmium yellow deep hue and a Cambodge hue. Some sample watercolor paper. Feels good. I wonder if it's feels soft. I wonder if it's the Canson Heritage. Yes, haha! I knew it. I love this paper. Then we have the sticker, little Dum Dum lollipop. Ooh, a brush pen by Kuretake. Let's see what it looks like. I hope it's waterproof. It'll be great with the watercolors. And we have a nice big brush on one side and a finer tip on the other side. It looks like it's actually a brush also. And then I'm guessing there's a brush in there for the watercolor. Maybe, don't know. Aha, that's a very fine one. It's a Robert Simmons sable brush. It's #1, so very fine. And we have a #2 pencil with the Artsnacks logo on it. Pretty cool. And that's it for the month of August. And I will be again making a portrait of this month's winner with all the supplies. I don't know if I'll make it this small. That wouldn't be very fair, would it? So I might paint something on this small format, or just grab a bigger format piece of watercolor paper and make maybe like a 5x7 and make the portrait. I'm not sure yet. Stick around and you'll find out. Of course, I had to start by trying out the supplies, but first I wanted to make a little watercolor palette to have a place to hold my 4 pans. So I got a small tin of Altoid mints, I cleaned it up, and I put some little magnets at the bottom of the pans. I wrote the name of the colors on the pans themselves, and then I put those in the tin. At some point I compared the half pan with another empty half pan that I had, and although the Daler-Rowney feel a little bit smaller, I think it's because they're thinner. The plastic itself is thinner, but I believe they contain about just as much. Plus the paint goes over, it's a bit thicker, so I think it's probably really a half pan worth of paint. I used a scrap piece of Arch paper to try out the colors, and I was happily surprised and really nice and vibrant. They're full of pigments, and the only thing I'm gonna say is that the two yellows are very similar and two blues are very similar, so I don't know. I don't know what to say. If I guess one is warmer than the other slightly. It's a bit more obvious with the yellows, but they're really beautiful colors. The big tip of the Kuretake brush pen is very flexible and it's very juicy. It's super enjoyable. Unfortunately, it's not waterproof, but it does have its advantages, and I must say it was kind of a lifesaver for my portrait because once again, just like last month, I got yellows and blues and green if I mix them together. So it's not always easy to make a portrait with that. Although I could make some green skin or something like that, but I ended up using the black of the brush pen for the skin color to make a black and white portrait. Because I couldn't skip using that beautiful, lovely Canson watercolor paper, and also I got a little sad knowing that on my portrait I wouldn't be able to use all those beautiful colors that I tried on my sample paper. I decided to try a little landscape before I painted the portrait. Please bear in mind that I rarely ever paint landscapes, so I had no idea where to start, so it's really guesswork, as you can tell. I'm really happy with the result, although it's not super detailed like I usually paint, but I really like the end result. I love those juicy colors, and I think it also has to do a lot with the beautiful paper. It really keeps those colors nice and bright, and it can take a beating because I put a lot of paint and water on this paper and it didn't move. It was really nice. So I hope you like this little painting, and if you're a little bit more patient, then you'll finally see in a couple of minutes the portrait of the winner of the August Artsnacks I Draw You giveaway. Okay, here we go. Thank you all for your patience, especially you, Juan. Sorry, I forgot to press play when I started painting the portrait, but you didn't really miss much. The rest of the process is the exact same as I just did at the very beginning. So here it is. Like I said earlier, I wasn't really inspired to make a portrait with greens and blues and yellows, so I used the brush pen and I put some ink on the palette and I put some water on it and kind of use it like watercolor. I really like the slightly blue undertone of the ink. I liked every single item in this box this month, even the Dixon pencil. It's a really good pencil. The paper is really awesome, but that I already told you quite a few times. The brush pen is really nice and juicy. I enjoyed making the hair with it, and later on I actually used the brush to wet the ink and fill in the hair a little bit more. The watercolors are beautifully pigmented and they flow really well. And that little brush holds a lot of water for a tiny little number 1 round. I really like this brush. It can hold a pretty nice point even though it's very, very soft. And I'm going to use it a lot, I think, because it works really well. Yep, that was a great box. Thank you, Artsnacks. Anyway, that's it for today. If you want to be a winner and have your portrait drawn or painted, don't forget to subscribe because it's only for my subscribers, and click on the little bell next to the channel's name because then you will receive notifications on when I post new videos and you will know when I announce the new giveaway. I think I have one going on right now. You have maybe a week or so to participate if you want to enter. I will put a link on top of this video so that you can go straight there and tell me that you want to participate. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.